Hello and welcome. Gonna plug in the computer. Cats are of course fighting as soon as I start the stream. So I'm not allowed to have peace in my own home. But you know what? Yesterday's problem got resolved, so all is well. I don't have to die. Kind of left it on a cliffhanger, so that's why we're playing this again tonight. I wonder if I need to switch them or. The moment I enter the room, I hear something from the back. The cassette tape? Is that a boom? What do you mean, is that a boombox? You mean, is it the boombox or something? Not, is that a boombox? We know it's there. I hear the button being pressed again, and the noise from the tape stops. At first I thought there was something there. It's a boombox. It looks like a pretty old one. Taking a look, you can see that there's a cassette tape in the boombox. I eject it and notice that it's labeled A. Again. We have no choice, just listen. I rewind the tape and press the play button. And immediately a shuddering voice echoes. More screaming. A girl screams, filling the room, and then it finally goes quiet. We hear silence for a bit, then. Don't worry. It's just your legs. Oh, it's just your legs. I'm knowledgeable in treatment as well. But now, weren't you just like an intern or something? This guy clearly thinks way too highly of himself. The man's calm voice is cut off by the tape stopping. I double check to make sure the tape's done, and then eject it. Man, I am so damn glad that I didn't get kidnapped as a child. I don't know if I've repeated the story several times, but I suspect I was almost kidnapped before when I was a kid. This happened, I remember, this was back in the 90s, and I lived in a cul-de-sac, and I remember clearly, I was playing outside because I was kind of known as like the forest child, like my poor parents, people would call CPS on them, but I was being watched at all times. My mom would always, every like 5 to, I don't know how frequently she would look outside, but she always, when I would play outside, there was the door, because we lived in like a duplex kind of thing. There was the entrance door, and then right at the entrance door there is a window, and right there she would have her couch, and then in front of her was the TV. And so even though we had a curtain there, she always was looking through the curtain. And I was taught at a very young age to always like ask my parents for everything. So even though people thought that I was not being monitored at all, I was being monitored. It's just I was allowed to like play outside. And I was able to play outside until it was the standard like, oh, when the lights turn on, the street lights turn on, that means that it's time to go home for dinner. That's usually how it was. But I remember I was playing by myself because I would play a lot by myself because I was younger than a lot of the other kids. So they would be in school or have homework and stuff. So I would play a lot by myself. Not all the time, obviously, but if they had stuff to do, they had stuff to do. Um, and I remember clearly it was a blonde, handsome man. I don't remember much of his face, but I just remember he was in a gray suit. Excuse you. She doesn't. Let her use the restroom. He loves to be fucking nosy. Um. Uh. Cats? Yes. Hello. Yes, he does love to be fucking nosy all the time. I'll be right back. He's actually like. Cube loves to bother Sabrina when she's using the bathroom, so. But I hope you're doing well. It has been a hot minute. But yeah, as I was saying, I remember clearly a young man, blonde hair, gray suit, and he came up to me and he asked me if because he said that he lost his puppy, and he asked me if I wanted to help him find it. But luckily, as soon as he asked that to me, I was like, let me ask my mom, and my mom burst open the door, because I happened to be right in front of our house, so I was lucky. Oh no! Damn ghosts. Damn you ghosts! How fucking dare you? Um, it, my PS4 ejected the thing. Doing great, thanks. How are you? Also remember that, yeah. Good thing I didn't get far. Good thing I was too busy monologuing. Yeah, I was lucky about that. That's the one time. And it's funny because you know when people talk about the whole like because you would get taught like oh you know have a code. It was like back in the day when people didn't have cell phones, so you would have like a family code if someone had to claimed to be a family member's friend or something, and that they knew your name. They had to also know the code. Don't go up to strangers if they ask for directions. Um, but also it was the whole like stereotype of like someone like a person in a white van saying that they have a bunch of candy and they're looking for puppies and kittens. It was so stereotypic, but I remember it clearly. Let's go back in. But I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing well as well. I still unfortunately have the bug issue, so that has been plaguing my mind for a bit. I'm going to do possibly one. No, yeah. So I'm gonna do possibly one more. You know, it's been 15 days since it's been almost 2 weeks since the fumigation I did. Oh yeah, you didn't hear about. You didn't know. You don't know about this, but I found out that the pest control that they use for our building on Yelp has a 2.7 rating. Out of 7 reviews, they have a 2.7 rating, which is really abhorrent. And I was telling a friend of mine, Andrew. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, and also like 2 of the reviews, people claim that they stole stuff. I mean, it was back in 2019 and 20, I think. But still, it's like, so I decided to do my own, like, heavy-handed treatment because I'm pretty certain it's all in my bed frame. Because now the bed is, like, completely separated from everything. But yeah, it's like, oh, and it's like, of course the building is going to just use the same people. Of course they are. So that's why I decided I was going to just do it myself. Again, because they're just going to use the same people. And, and also, I told my friend this, and he said it was really bad. For the second fumigation stuff, because they didn't come until 2 p.m. And I was working and stuff like that, so I had the bed down. I was prepared to take the bed up if I needed to and put it against the wall. So I asked him, do you need me to lift the mattress and because I made room to be able to do it too, and I even took things off the wall. And he told me, no, don't worry about it. So he didn't even make me put my mattress and bed frame up against the wall. So then my friend told me basically, okay, yeah, he didn't even go underneath. He didn't even go in, like, under the frame. He didn't do it. It was like, great. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Because also if they do a poor job, all it does is just make it worse. So it's very frustrating. But I'm hoping after 15 days it says I'm allowed online with the chemical I used. I'm allowed to vacuum. So I'm going to vacuum after that and see how things go. Other than that, I'm going to ask for my friend's chemicals because he is a landlord. So he does his own pest control stuff. And then, worst case, if I still have them in December, I'm going to have to just buy a whole new bed and frame. I already picked it out if I need to, and I know how much it would cost, so yeah. I'll just use a little bit of my emergency fund. Because at this point, they're affecting me mentally, so new bed frame would be nice, though. I mean, yeah, but it's like a bed frame and also mattress, so it's a bed frame mattress combo. Because I would get rid of both just to be safe. And it would be with shipping and also sales tax $566 for the whole thing, including. Because I would get the similar futon, from IKEA, and I just like checked the delivery. It could deliver to my area. It's not horrible, yeah. And I'm fine with like the firm foam mattress. Like I'm fine with firm, so that's gonna be like last case scenario because I really don't want to have to do that. Because also I don't want to just like deal with the hassle of getting this frame out of my damn apartment. Also wrap it. I'll have to wrap it as well, and then also pay for it to get taken away. So, unless my building has like a special service, maybe I can ask if they have a special service to get rid of it, and maybe I'll ask them and be like, because I am quite tempted to ask them like, hey, do you know that the pest control you use has a 2.7 Yelp? Make them get rid of it. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah. Because, like, I've done everything I can. I've done my own. I did the diatomaceous earth. I did find out, though, I was instructed to vacuum. Quite a lot. I was instructed to vacuum. Now I'm not vacuuming since my last treatment because I found out, like, if I over vacuum and over clean, that can make the effectiveness less. In their sheet, it says vacuum at a minimum 3 times a week. But that just pulls up the residue of the chemicals. So now it's just like, god damn. So yeah. And, you know, I can like get everything else out, but if I can get the building to like pay or like they have a special service to take away the big furniture, then I would gladly I will gladly get it down there. I'm right next to the elevator. I could do it. But yeah, it's quite annoying. But yeah, now I'm kind of convinced, because now I'm seeing, like, man, there's a lot of new people in this building now. So, I'm pretty much convinced it was because we got new people. Because now that I think about it, the only time I traveled recently, I was in cosplay. And I don't put, as soon as I get home, I always change out of my cosplay. And I steamed all of them. And my indicators don't, the indicators basically are like, they're not anywhere else, so. Like if I'm a neighbor, yeah. Yeah, because I do have like now I always unplug the cords from my computer and stuff like that. They could have come from, yeah, they could have come from something. I have no idea where they came from. Came from a neighbor. I probably accidentally tracked it in with my shoes. Who knows? Because I was asking the fumigator because he was wondering how. And it's like if they drag furniture that happens to have bed bugs on them, then they can spread that way. Because I'm right next to you. And I have like neighbors on this side. So the elevator's this side and then the neighbors are this side. So the new neighbors. Big sucks, yeah. They're just annoying. What really kind of gets me is just like I'm starting to get paranoid. And now I'm noticing that they're affecting my mental health. Because I already have the mental health. But I found that like I was doing some research and it's like it tanks your mental health even more. It makes like normal people who are not depressed. So screams are buried in my ear. But other than the bugs, everything else is going well. Looking forward to my 4-day weekend whenever we have for Thanksgiving. This weekend gonna be just like working on cosplay because I'm severely behind thanks to these fucking bugs. These fucking bugs also. I think that's also what frustrates me the most is I have spent so many weeks just fumigating and dealing with that. So much time lost and wasted. I could have been sewing and doing stuff that I wanted to do. So. Why are just your legs and knowledgeable in fields of treatment important? Thinking about it, the owner of the mansion, Raquel Miloku, was aspiring to be a surgeon. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't an actual surgeon. Is the male voice on the tape? But other than that, I hope that you're doing well, though. I know I've been complaining about these bugs for such a long time. Doing great, honestly. Well, that's great. That's good to hear. Work is doing well as well. Oh, hi. The doll again. I know this doll wasn't here before. Starting to be work is working. Starting to be convinced of Rose's theory about the other Miloku residents. Taking a look at the clothes it's wearing, I can see a light stain on the abdomen. Maybe I'll give it a try. I slowly breathe out and bring my fingertip closer to the stain on the clothes. I'm hearing what sounds like crying again. And from afar, a girl's voice saying, off to do bedtime? Oh, well, bedtime is important, so that's good. It's always good to do. Sleep is important. But thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. I know I complained about bugs the whole time, but I really appreciate it. This time I hear words that I can understand. Indeed, call me later. I love you. Love you too. Have a good night. Bye. Bye. This time I hear words I can understand. Oh, did she me and this doll say that? Yeah, I heard it clearly this time. Cold or awesome. Tumatai. So I think Tumatai is. Samui is like feeling. Tumatai is like when things feel like taste or feel. There is a difference. There is like a difference. If only there was a climate control here. Like we get that lucky. There's no solution here. I guess we'll just have to carry this. Carry the doll. Carry it. I guess I'll do it. Here we go. Steady myself and carry the doll. Feels heavier than an actual child. Well, yeah. Probably made out of wood or metal or... Hey, sorry, but I'll leave this to the youngins. My hip's not exactly what it used to be. Oh, don't you fucking lie. You were able to move... Well, actually, he did talk about his hip probably busting. Damn it. You owe me. You owe me for this. Alright. Now the question is, where should I carry it? I carry the doll. Can't investigate while carrying the doll. What do you mean? Well, that fucking sucks. Entering the bedroom, my eyes immediately shift for the bed. Those blankets are obviously high quality. I'm sure she won't be cold in that. Alright, there it is. I lay it down on the bed, in the back, with the blanket beside me. Sure, I can do that. Oh, you better. Okay, here you go. Lay the doll on the sheets and place the debit on it. How's it going? Is it satisfied? Let me ask her again. Put my fingertip under the blanket. I heard a crying voice again. And that voice. Nope, still cold. It's no use. She's still saying the same thing. Oh wait. I realized that I was overlooking something important. Kasa. Say what? I think she wants a mother. Ah, we got a switch. No way that's happening. Well, why can't you be a father? Your ring both us dry. Get a single mother and drop out of this. I mean, I'm a little tiny motherly. I'm at least brotherly. You got that right. Well, the doll definitely isn't satisfied. Now what should we do? Change partners. Thanks for telling me. I already knew that. Oh, you're back. You're on lookout now, Bob. Alright, see you later. Rose, stick to the mission, you hear? Yes. get going. She likes it. Doll seems to want a mother. Well, hey Rose. Sorry, but can you handle this? Rose grimaces. I have an image to uphold. What do you mean? Being nice to a ghost is not good enough for you? Sorry, but we really don't have time to care about things like that right now. What were you gonna do? Take off your shirt and try to have her suckle or something? Damn. Come on. It doesn't have to be that serious. Fine, but only because you're meant to suck. I know I'm the one asking you to do this, but what are we supposed to do here? Cover. Essentially, we need the doll to feel some motherly. I think an imitation. You know, I was just joking. I was just joking. You could just hug her and have her head on your bosom or something. You don't have to do. You don't have to do the breastfeeding. Wait, seriously, you're going to? No, I'm not going to actually feed it. I'll just sleep next to it and lull it to sleep. Just like mothers do. Here, like this. Do we get to see an image? No. Missed opportunity. Come on. Come on, game. I thought you were like a corner game or something. Slipping under the blanket next to the doll, Rosie speaks to it, then she rubs its head. Oh, you must have been so scared. It's alright now. Mom's here with you. There's nothing to worry about anymore. The scary dream is over now. Hush now. Go to sleep. I hear a clack from the nest. Hey, Kiju. Rose crawls out of the blanket. She's holding on to a dog mask. Pink dog mask. It just came off on the doll. Maybe this means that the doll has been released from her box. Now she mentions it. I remember the mask coming off on its own when we gave the doll food. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and there's this as well. Hand towel. What's this? It's a towel to dry your hands because they don't have paper towels anywhere. I remember that was my first purchase when I was in Japan. I knew that they did not have paper towels. So as soon as I got off, I arrived at Kansai Airport, which is I think in the Osaka area. I got myself a hand towel so quickly. I still have it. I even have my towel that I had gotten at the it was in Mount Karama. I went to a spa, like onsen. Not a spa. It was an onsen. Oh man, I was red as a lobster for hours after that. Hours I was red. But I still have the little tiny towel that was like $15. Little tiny super thin towel that didn't even do anything for me, but you know what? I still have it. It was wrapped around the doll's mouth. I assumed it must have been used as a cat. The screams I heard in the tape played themselves in my head. Ugh. I'll pick up the doll from the bed. Rose helps me and I put it back in the living room where it was originally. Why not leave it? Place the dog mask on the frame. Once again, the entrance to the secret passage appears. As expected. If our working theory is correct, there should be another Miloku residence ahead. That's right. Come on, let's go. Save time. Want her face to look. Damn, it got me. As we thought, the door to the secret passageway connects to the front entrance of the residence. The entrance doesn't look any different aside from the passageway entrance being closed. When I open the room, I hear the sound of someone knocking on the front entrance door. Who's there? Is it Bond? No, he has a cell phone. Let's go check just in case. I'm gonna look around here first. La da la 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 la. Boombox. La da la da la 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 la. La da 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 da. Going outside. Lana is standing around and either could look out. What? Looking for something? No. Hey, did someone come by just now? Hell? What are you talking about? Mention the sound that I just heard. I felt like someone was delivering the mail or something. So I came to look. Hello, devils. How are you? Well, obviously nobody's been here. Well, we're gonna check the mail. The knock was that loud. I would have heard it too. You didn't hear it. Nope. Well, considering everything else going on in this place, there must be some sort of reason. Slightly annoyed, and how is the boss? Oh no, I'm sorry that you're slightly annoyed. I am doing well. Today has ended in a good way. Still dealing with the bug issues, but at least at work I'm no longer, things are good. There was basically something that got resolved today, so I feel a lot lighter from that. So that's good. So hopefully that means this Friday will be a good Friday. We have like a meeting, like a whole company-wide meeting. So hopefully we'll be able to show some good results with that. Nice, yeah. And then I'm thinking, because like today I was feeling pretty down before I heard like everything that this thing was resolved. So I might do what my coworker suggested, and I might leave a little earlier. So maybe I'll be starting work a little earlier. Maybe you should take a quick look outside. Yeah, I'll do that. You missed me getting scared, though. You missed it. Unless you were lurking. It's a rusted mailbox. Digging around, my hand bumps into something. It's a cassette tape labeled S. Hello, Ronan. How are you? I have a sparkler. I understand the tape. Why is there a sparkler in here? Looking closer, I see scorch marks on the tip of the firework. Looks like it was lit, but the flame went out before it reached the end. Well, the obvious answer would be harassment. He probably didn't talk to his neighbors much. I see. What kind of weird harassment is that? Someone would like spark a lighter and put it in the thing just to... A little tired, early day, and lots of driving. For work, or just like driving in general? Actually, we're gonna check the other room just in case. I wonder if I could put... Oh, the dog mask is... There you go. Outside work? But doesn't seem to like the secret doors going open. Doesn't seem like the secret doors going open. Okay, I just wanted to check. The boombox. Put tape S into the boombox. I press the play button and let it let out a sigh. But made some extra money for cars tomorrow. There's a long period of idle noises, and then a scream along with a loud noise. The sounds make me gnaw my lips. I never thought it'd be so stressful just to listen to screams. The girl repeatedly screams, "Give it back." I don't want to imagine what she wants back. Soon the scream grew distant. I hear a man's voice once again. God, this fucking douchebag. No need to worry. It's just one arm. Just an arm. Not like you're bleeding to death or nothing. Not like you literally needed to do a lot of basic functions. Not like it, belongs to her or something. Let's take our time and cut it while I treat it. We got Avatar pre-release. Which Avatar? Is it the blue avatars or is it the Aang Avatar? Sound cut off there. Airbender. Oh man, you know what? I might let my friend know about that because that is his favorite show. So I got to try to get a specific color box. Yes, Airbender. Maybe I'll let him know. I don't know if he plays Magic. He's a little nerdy. Oh, I finally, his friend had gotten him into Hunter x Hunter, which I'm so glad now I can talk to him about. I'm surprised at how far he's gotten into it, but it's, I love Hunter. Hunter is like one of my top favorite anime. And, he got through it pretty fast, so he must be really interested. He's already at the Chimera Antar. I think I finally understand what this man was doing to these girls. Dismembering them and doing weird experiments on them. It's clear from the other tapes that he's been cutting off the hands and legs of the victim. Not just the hands, but also the arms. He's even saying while I treat it. Like he somehow, he cuts them off and then treats them and then what? He's not trying to murder them. So he has to have some check that's making him cut off their arms and legs. I don't get it. Why the hell would anyone need to cut the arms and legs off? Well, it's obvious because you're not a psycho. That's why you don't get it. Obviously, this guy thinks way too highly of himself. If he was like, oh, I know all this, stuff. It's like, you were an intern, my guy. You were an intern. You did not even finish medical school. You switched professions to become an author. which isn't a bad thing. That doesn't mean you get to just chop off people's limbs. And it's suggested for color to go for. The benders are a color type, each mostly and black, mostly villains and spirits. Blue's my favorite color. There you go. But fire is my favorite element. Even though I never would go near fire. For obvious reasons, but I feel like I had a element I would be, if I had an elemental power, it would be fire, even though I wouldn't want to be near it. Obviously, this isn't a question that any sane person is met by a suffocating silence. Let's continue investigating. I get the feeling that we are approaching the ancient village. Bongo cat, bongo cat. You are a bongo, bongo cat. Bongo cat, bongo cat. She's purring, no worries. Oh. Find another unfamiliar doll who is naked, sitting in front of the coffee table. Here we go again. Something about this doll immediately jumps out as different. This one is naked. Doll doesn't seem like it's wearing clothes. Cat requires the slaps. She does require the slaps. Look, she's asking for the slaps. Just like the other dolls, there's a red stain on it. You don't hear her, but she's purring. Oh man, she's been doing this thing because I like to lay on my bed and look at my computer while I wind down at night. And she's been doing this thing where she will just completely grab my arm and put it under her head as a pillow. To put my hand under her head as a pillow. Maybe I can hear this doll's voice. I take a deep breath, move my fingertips toward the stain on its neck. I hear some sniffling and crying. And I begin to hear a quiet voice. The sniffling and crying always sounds like freaking children laughing. I don't know why they do that. You want to go to school. Maybe like go back because she was like probably coming from school or something. They never make this easy, do they? I think the voice I heard said I want to go to school. Well, how would I make that wish come true? We're going to teach a lecture. Gotta get Bond back. He looks like a teacher. Finally teamed up. Alright, be on the lookout. Alright, the doll is wearing a monkey mask. Doll isn't wearing clothes. There's a red stain on his body. Oh, we have a uniform. take out the sailor uniform and put it on the doll. Seems like you're having a tough time. I'll help. Putting the clothes on the doll ends up being a lot tougher than I thought. Working together, the two of us finally managed to push the hands and legs through. Who knew dressing up a doll was such hard work? Damn. It was probably tougher because this heavy doll isn't helping us at all. I step back and look at how it turned out. The ticking of the clock and the silence continues to drone on and on. That's weird. Nothing's happening. The school uniform not enough. Well, this isn't a school. Seriously? Don't want to think about taking this doll out of here and taking it to a school. Closest school is pretty far from here. Hey, Kijima, sit next to her. Huh? What are you talking about, old man? Listen, just shut up and sit down. Also, I'm not Bond. From now on, you call me Mr. Bond. You got that?
Huh?
Say what? Nani? Nandato. Though it feels ridiculous, I sit down next to the doll as Bond ordered. Alright, let's review what we learned in our history lesson last time. So, when did Columbus make it to America? Kijima, what's the answer? Bond, pretending to be a teacher, calls on me like I'm a student in his class. The hell? Something about the ocean blue? Oh, right. It's 1492, right? Good. I'm glad you reviewed what you learned. Alright, next question. I'll ask you. Bond points at the doll and throws out a question. What year was the Emancipation Proclamation signed? Would they teach this in Japan? However, the doll continues to stay silent. Fine. I guess I can help keep this going for a bit. Yo, Mr. Bond, don't you think that question's too difficult for an elementary schooler? Oh, good point. My bad. You're doing a terrible job as a teacher. What did you say, you runt? There's no way to talk to a teacher. Detention! What kind of teacher calls a student a runt? Jeez. That's it. Come here, you little... Yes. Oh, you want to fight, you fraud? Then, the next moment... What's it? Is that what happened at your school? With a clink, sound, the doll's mask came off. Hey, did you just see that? No way. All it took was a half-assed act like that? What are you talking about? That was a class lesson. No matter how you slice it. I was teaching my ass off there. I mean, not teaching, you're just asking us questions. Now, I'll have you know that I've got a teaching's license from my college days. Really? Wouldn't trust it. Well, as it happens, you don't count. Anyway, it worked. You should show some more gratitude. Clean that monkey mask. Hey, there's something else on the floor. Shining on the light at my feet, I see. Hard shoes. I don't know about the shoes, but this mask is probably for. Yep, probably. Let's give it a try. Place the monkey mask on the frame. The entrance to the secret passageway. This is the same as always. I wonder if that's true, or what's up ahead. I feel like Bond was trying to imply something with his words. Let's just be careful and move forward. Oh, hi. I step into the secret passageway, hearing those things strange. this is. The walls are covered in red streaks. It looked like someone was cleaning off a brush. This is blood. Yeah. It's time to do your thing. Right. I had just finished adjusting my breathing, so I reached toward the section of the bloodstains. Nope. A scream shrieks down directly above our heads. It's even more high-pitched than the one at the entrance. It hits me like a lightning bolt. My vision immediately goes white, and all strength drains from my limbs. I have to move immediately all the time. But do I have the strength to escape? Oh man. Alright. What should I do? Alright, well. Gotta get out of here. Make our way back somehow. You ready, Bon? My voice will never be heard over this, so I yank on Bon's hand and try to escape. But our knees are shaking so bad. The best we could do is to try to forward. Yeah. I collapse to the ground again. Bon brushes my hand aside. Bon's voice doesn't reach me. I can read lips. Leave me and go. No. Never do. Lukewarm liquid gushes out of my ears. My sight rapidly darkens. The screeching recedes into darkness. The screaming recedes into darkness. Great. Thanks. I second guessed myself. I'm so bad. I was gonna do fall to the floor. I was like, you know what? Alright. Alright. I will never leave you, teacher. At least this one's fast. Oh man, today I had rediscovered, because in the Asian market near me, they sell salmon skins. I know it sounds, it's not just the skin, there is some meat on it when they're like slicing the rest of the salmon. And I added some of that to my already like salmon bowl I was just reheating up. That was so good. Salmon is the best food. Sabrina freaked out because QA walked by. She cannot stand him. Not even if he just brushes up against me while she's in my lap. Alright, the middle one. phone next? Because I think it's that. Yeah, cannot advance with your current partner. I knew it. Okay. Good thing that was their checkpoint. They could have like really screwed us over. Looks like it. It seems like a situation that calls for special abilities. Right. I just finished adjusting my breathing. I'll read out your part. Scream, she screeched down, high pitched, light. Fall to the floor. Sorry, Sabrina. Don't have enough strength. Now choose something that will be stalled death. Then is that crane cry. The friendly cranes are calling out to me. That's the clue to stop the stamp. What should I make Rose scream? Do it. Okay, Rose. Tell Rose to scream through gestures. It's like, oh, please scream. Pretend you're a bird and scream. Looks like my message gets through. Rose, where's that screams? Oh, I can't hear it at all. Damn it. This is it. My despair turns into resignation. Then, my consciousness loses. Same as me. It's all I hear is a slip into darkness. An unknown amount of time passes. Someone's voice brings me back to my senses. Are you okay, Kijima? I take a second to gather my senses. Did the screaming stop? What are you talking about? Yes, it stopped. Thanks to your advice. And well, also thanks to my voice training. I never knew I could scream so loudly. Excuse you, sir. No. Get down. So that means, I see, so we're saved. Unfortunately, This is neither heaven nor the reverse is. We're still living out this current life. As long as I'm alive, I don't care. Clear, thank God. Anyway, I look up at the ceiling of the passageway. That scream came from directly above us, right? Yeah, that's what it felt like. I guess that there's a room above me, but it doesn't look like there's a ladder. Hey, you alright? Yeah, nothing too serious. I just strained my throat from all that screaming. While Rose rubbed her throat, I could tell she had yelled herself well. Which is to be expected after belting out a scream like that. Never expected I would have to magically describe what just took place. Some pieces mimic cranes with a shakuhachi, or kokyu. I've never heard it done before. Shakuhachi is that flute made of bamboo, right? What's a kokyu again? You're a high schooler, so what's a crude comparison, I think? It's like a Japanese violin. It's like it pulled strings with a bow to make sounds. It's all very similar to a violin. I see. I'll keep that in mind. Yes, please embrace the knowledge. I also hope that your desire to learn will be reflected on your next report. Now, let's get back to this. Yeah, well, we're still running out of time. Yeah, the murder resident should just be ahead, right? True. Well, let's go. Just as we thought, the secret passage connects to the front entrance of the complex. But the entrance here has the obvious difference with the front entrance from earlier. Hey, look. There are more of those frames. I see. This is starting to get interesting. Let's get the mask out. At that moment, the cell phone vibrated. Damn. Pretty good for today. Let's go. Hey, Bond, we're back. Hey, Rose, what's wrong with your voice? What happened? Were you rocking out or something? Kinda. Kijima, I'll leave this one to you. You explain how I saved us. I tell what happened in the mansion. 3 dolls and the 3 tapes and the screaming in the hidden passageway. Scream again, huh? Yes, but this was worse than before. It was trying to kill us. This may seem rude to Rose. I'm really glad I didn't go with you. Squawking like a bird just isn't me. If it was you and me, we'd probably be dead right now. Yeah. Good thing I chose Rose before doing that. Hey, give me a break. I'm not dying and satisfying death like that. Getting back to what we uncovered, there's 3 tapes with us. Each one recorded a man dismembering a girl when she screamed and pleaded. What a grotesque. Yeah, it didn't seem like he was just he sounds pretty calm. He kept saying things like, "You want to make it so you don't die." He also seemed to be very knowledgeable about what he's doing. I doubt it. So it's pretty likely that murder was on the chase. Before I became a children's author, He wanted to be a surgeon. The dots connect. If I recall, Moroku wrote horror-themed fairy tales. I'm quite curious to see how he tied the dismembers into his work. I'm absolutely fine never knowing the answer to that. I've read some of his major works myself. There wasn't anything as weird as that. Don't know about his other books though. Most of his stuff is out of print. It seemed we'd be more likely to find his insanity and inquisitiveness in his mind than his works. Ikichiba. From what I heard from Bob, your aunt's also a horror novelist. You don't mean. You want me to ask her about Yakumo Midoku? You might know some dark tidbits that only someone who traveled in circles knows. We won't know unless we try. See what happens. Sure. You look like you'd do anything so long as I said the word. Don't take it too literal. Be expecting a favorable report. Alright, enough chatter for today. Time to slow down. Getting called into questioning would be a birth pain. Alright, it's up to you, Kijima. I say goodbye to them and return to Kisiojo. That's not what I said. That's not the word I was supposed to say. Kisioji Station. Heading over to the Black Rabbit. I wonder if Aunt Natsumi will be there. Probably not. Oh. Oh, Akira. What are you doing here at this hour? Her cheeks are looking kind of reddish, and her eyes are cloudy. She must have had quite a bit of drink. I'll stop. You worried about me? I guess you and Satomi are like that. I don't want to talk about my mom. I'll have any good memories of life with my real mother. She was nice enough, but she couldn't hold down a job, so we lived in poverty. Until Ananome helped me find a part-time job. There were even days when we didn't even talk. Anyway, there's something I want to ask you. Do you know an author called Yakumo Mudoku? Huh. Where did you hear that name? A friend of mine is interested in you. Thought you might know him since you write horror novels. Is that so? Yes, I know Mudoku well. I read his books, he knows. Aunt Natsumi starts talking without me having to read it much. Probably because she's never keeps an eye on the right type. Usually I keep her for at least a little while. Mudoku used to existing fairy tales as motifs to build his own horror books. Did you know the Grimm's fairy tales originally had some horrible scenes in them? A famous story of Cinderella is no exception. Her stepsisters cut their feet to try and make the glass silver. They cut their own feet. Yes, that's right. Even if they were doing it to try and marry the prince, it had some serious results. Probably just coincidence that she chose that particular example. After listening to those tapes, it didn't leave me with a good feeling. When I was in school, I was obsessed with Mudoku's dark fairy tale series. He put some bold, dark spin into Japanese folktales, just like the Grimm books. His unique settings and descriptions earned him a lot of passionate fans. He was pretty amazing, huh? Yes, in some sense, he's a genius. Because they're children's stories. They have an informal style. They're so really exciting. that she'd go to great lengths to win me. Mom was I interested in him? Thought Yakumo Marufu was a total stranger, but now I'm learning that he's surprisingly connected with my aunt and late mother. Well, not really connected. They didn't know him personally. We've been talking for a while now. You should get home. Can't I just like crash here? You gotta stay here long. Yeah. Even if I went home, Aunt was not there anyway. Aunt not. I'm gonna lie down in the nap. After all, I'll be busy first thing in the morning. I tried to tell you that the game wouldn't let me. Good night. She's gone up and walks unsteadily to the inner door, disappearing behind me. I locked the front door of the Black Rabbit and started walking home. As I stroll down the dark roads, I pray that Aunt Natsume can get some sleep. What do you mean? What do you mean I can't go in? Oh, there we go. Hi, welcome. Late at night. You off what? Like a Fictionary bread. You know what I do need to try? There's like a Korean bread that's been pretty popular in Korea, but it started showing up in our thing where it's like a bread, but like it's super filled to the brim with cream. D-Man? Text. Open the message. Feed the souls of triplets to the monster that consumes souls. What the? Feed the souls of triplets. So do I need to go back? Late at night, go often. Triplets. The thing that eats souls. Wine glass poster. I have caught to catch with my legs. a trash bin by the convenience store. Damn it. Why the hell am I doing this again? Light catches on something in the trash. It's gotta be it. In each of the trash bins, there's coins mixed in with the trash. I obtained 3 coins. Oh, how lovely. Look at him. Maybe now I need to go into the photo booth. There we go. I entered the booth and insert the 3 coins into the slot. 3 coins used. Then suddenly the machine whirls to life. Wait, what the hell? Stepping out, I find a card in the picture pickup slot. Hell yeah. Obtained key card. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card. Tokyo at the end of the Rabbit Island. Izu Island chain made up of 100 tiny islands isn't on any map. It's called Rabbit Island, currently uninhabited. Just a million gazillion rabbits. The factories, the ruins, that indicated people had lived there previously. The only residents there are numerous rabbits, and it's said that travelers and fishermen who visit are welcomed by them. I couldn't find anyone who had heard then. The rumor had spread, or where it came from. Official agencies gave me the cold shoulder, thanks to Mr. K. The investigations had made significant progress in the recent years. His family used to supply the military during the war, mostly with antiquities? Living items, around 10 rabbits. Mr. K's grandfather had a hobby. What the military did with them is unknown. Well, they clearly tested with those poor rabbits. But soon after the war, the family received a request to retrieve them. The letter only had a map with an X marked in the patch of ocean. Mr. K and his grandfather had always thought the rabbits drowned along with the warship. Oh. Realized something. When he showed me the map, that's when that something was located on of the rumored Rabbit Island. Things got strange after that. Mr. K, the ex-detective, and I decided to head to the last of the Izu Islands with some assistance. Now that I think about it, Mr. K had a bad feeling about it, which ended up being proven correct. I didn't tell you the source of this bad feeling for now. Couldn't tell you. It was indeed there, and full of rabbits. The island was indeed there, and full of rabbits. We discovered that the place felt frozen in time. Memories of horrific battles remained. Human experience, cannibalism, atrocities, beyond imagination, made it a natural instrument site, slightly different from what you're facing now. Man, he's putting serious effort into this. Guess I'll go home. I solved D-Man's riddle, so I head home feeling pretty satisfied with myself. More tape. Oh, hi. Oh, I missed it. It looked like it had like a code. Damn. Okay. Mr. Sir. Yeah, I thought so. Alright. Terrifying yelling of kill. Girl kidnapped. Her arms and legs were severed. I want to make sure she won't die. What does that mean? I heard the scream of the screaming author. Rose screamed back. Would I have died if she hadn't? Yes. Man, I'm tired. Who could be calling this late? No. Hello? Hey, who the hell are you? You better cut this out. 10 minutes ago for raids? Oh no, thank you. I appreciate it. Damn it. It's the one from yesterday. I bet I'll be waiting for a call all night again. I mean, if she does it just once a day, then it should be fine. May as well take a shower first. Blaze started. Thank you! But first, gonna take a dump. Damn, you must be in a lot of pain. Good sir. Speaking of, do I have anything to drink after I get out? Open the fridge and look inside. Nothing. I'll go and get something from the vending machine. Oh, alright, bye! Closest vending machine is in front of the cemetery. Oh god, why do we need... Do you really need a drink? Can't you just have some tap water? What should I get? What should I get? Doesn't look like it's been taken care of. The grave's surrounded by weeds. The telephone pole has an old light attached to it. Light coming from the machine is kind of creepy. Man, we had a vending machine in front of our dorm room. It was sweet. West side. Ooh, honey natural water sounds good. Ooh, but a coco ale. I'm not gonna get a... At first I thought this said iron cemetery water. Excuse you. Semi-sparkling cola. I think I want the Olay. That's what I would get. It's a new Cafe Olay product with nuts de coco in it. Buy 2 bottles of nuts de coco. Iron cemetery water sounds like a metal band. I call dibs. Okay then. Time to head back. And then there's gonna be someone in my room. As I turn to go, a warm and damp breeze blows past me. Yeah, that breeze was gross. Oh, I love a nice breeze. Nothing like college ID, huh? Hello. Damn it. Again with the silent call. Probably the same one from earlier. Wonder how they react to silent treatment back. What is this? It sounds familiar. Are they breathing? It's TV static. Just like what I heard coming from next door yesterday. Wait, why am I hearing this on the phone? Where's the call coming from? Is it coming from my house? An ominous thought pops up in my head. As if they sense it, the call ends. I'm going to sleep in the bar tonight. And Cube, you're going into the bathroom right now. You keep being a bother. He wanted food. I'm gonna sleep in the bar. I better hurry home. No, just sleep in the bar. Come on. I did turn off that light. Rush into my room. I quickly scan to see if anyone's there. There's no one. While there's like someone like freaking making weird noises outside my own apartment. Guess that call wasn't coming from here after all. Man, I'm exhausted. Time for a quick shower. Let's go back out to the bar. Let's just hang out in the convenience store all night. That would be fine. I'll just buy snacks all day, every day. It'll be okay. Oh, how lovely. Look out the window. But nothing really catches my eye. But the window, we always have it closed. Why is that not something that you're catching? Another done. Huh, I forgot to turn it off again? No, you did not. Man, I'm exhausted. Me too. What the hell? It's the neighbor again. Guess I just imagined it. Are we not gonna mention the window? I feel better now. Time to have a drink I brought earlier. Yeah, the cafe au lait. Hell yeah. An au lait latte tastes good. But most of the nata de coco is stuck in the bottom of the can. Oh well. Damn. That's unfortunate. Finally time to relax. And also I could stay up all night because I had a latte. And then I can go to the Black Rabbit. Alright, time to read for a bit. Man. Who knew he was so... Something's up with this room. Wow. After all this time. I would have noticed immediately. Like something's out of place. Huh, I wonder. I wonder what's out of place right now. Oh! I just noticed also that as well. I don't know if you see it. I'll point it with my cursor. I was so focused on the window, I did not even know this right here. Oh no, it's my trash. Look out the window. Something's written super tiny on here. What does it say? Don't look. Don't look. With little baby hands. Also, 9:30 has passed. Thank you. Little baby hands on there. And they ruined the wall. I'm not going to get my security deposit back. What is this? Writing's creepy enough, but the wallpaper by the words is stained and peeling. Is there something underneath? Oh, should I peel out the wallpaper? Oh, well, I have no other choice, so. Oh, is that a crane? Is that a bird? What's the stain? That don't look. The voice on the phone said the same thing. Please don't look inside. So was that shadow we saw at the Moroku residence? No caller ID again. Laza, oh my god, it has been a long time. I am doing well, how are you? I'll just reject the call. No, we need to listen to... She's gonna call again. Looks like a little spider up next to the air conditioning. Fuck, not again. Calls won't stop, and it's getting on my nerves. I'm pulling out the battery, and then... That's the worst thing. That's just like my Furby. Turn off my phone and remove the battery. This one too now? Unplug it. Better disconnect this one too. Ignoring the call, I yanked the power cord from the outlet. But the ringing doesn't stop. But I unplugged it. Abruptly, the ringing stops, but then the receiver starts to make noise. I pushed her off. What the? Ah! The screaming is the same as what we heard from the instant splitting headache almost knocks me out. It won't last if I can't get the voice stopped. Warning. Turn on some music. Damn. Destroy the phone. No, escape this out. Excellent. It seems like destroying the phone isn't gonna do. Noise cancel out the noise. Quickly pull out my music player and max out the volume to play. But the screaming doesn't stop. Damn, it's not working. Of course. I guess I have to run? Because I feel like destroying the phone's not gonna do anything. And then that's gonna be the answer. destroyed the phone, even though I don't think that that's gonna do. I'm managing, been going through unexpected health crisis. Oh no, my nerve system's been vibrating in my left hand and both feet for 4 weeks. Been feeling off since I got my blood test results and it came back normal. But when I went to the ER, they told me I was dehydrated too. I wasn't expecting it to last this long. I kept my hydrating since then. Is it like a tingling? Because that doesn't seem like dehydration if it's like a tingling feeling. Pulling out the battery. Turn off my phone. I hope that it goes away, but I also think that you should probably talk to, like, not the ER, but someone else. Like, if you have, like, your actual doctor, have, like, a longer appointment with them and discuss. And I would, like, keep track of your symptoms. Yeah, never self-diagnose, but what I usually do is I would look up symptoms online, possible symptoms, like be realistic. Most likely it isn't cancer or something, but it's good to kind of have a baseline and like figure out your symptoms that match from other people's experience and then present that to your doctor as a possibility to like get them to maybe suggest tests that they need to do for you or something. That's what I do whenever I have like I see stuff for either my own symptoms that I ever get and then also for my cats. Obviously never like diagnose yourself, but I think destroying the phone is going to be the wrong thing, but I'm going to try it. Because I always seem to get it. It always seems to be the thing I don't think it is. It's always the thing that I don't think is going to be. Destroy it. Jump over with my hands and knees and smash the phone with damn it. Break. Punch the phone over and over, bearing the pain. And by the time the phone's lost its shape, the screaming's already stopped. Yay, we survived. Somehow I escaped. That screaming. Is it the spirit from the Mudoku residence? Nothing else better happened the rest of the night. Oh, there it is, smashed down there. Crisis averted. I sucked in a deep breath. Man, I'm exhausted. Yeah, usually it comes from people who have diabetes. Out of my glucose is normal, so it can't be that I have I'll have to say a nerve. Yeah, like if you're saying that, it might be maybe something like if you try to recall any sort of instance with your with that side to see if the possibility is so it can be a number of things. Possibly maybe you pinched something or twisted something so it pinched that nerve. It would be good to definitely get a scan because it could also be in your brain, not to scare you, but it's always just good to get that if nothing else works. Your thing disappeared. Can't be that I have to see a nerve specialist and I have to have surgery next week. For my left lung, they saw in the CAT scan. They saw a node. Oh, okay. Give me a lung biopsy. Yeah. No, it's for the best. It's never good to mess with that kind of thing. So, but it did show low for cancer. Yeah, it could just be a nodular. That happens. But with that said, though, I don't know if you smoke or do anything like that. But if you smoke or if you're around other people who do smoke, I would quit smoking. And if you have friends or family or something that smoke, make sure if they can't quit smoking that they do not do it around you. If that's the case, it's never good to mess with your lungs like that, especially now that you have to get surgery to get a biopsy. Shit, I need to rest before I clean this mess. Collapsing onto my bed, I quickly feel my consciousness fading away. I can't keep my eyes open. Do you want to save? Yes. Nope, I don't smoke. They said it looks like from a past infection. Oh. If you had COVID, that could be it. Or pneumonia or something like that. But yeah, it's always better to be safer than sorry for that kind of thing. The sun sets and the meeting time approaches. Vaughn and Rose seem like the type that don't mind making others wait, but hate being kept waiting. Better head out. Oh no, it is time. This feeling. Yep, it's here. A whisper comes from somewhere. It's time for a tale. The man found a poor little birdie. The man wanted to save the little. The whispering stops. Cold sweat slides down my cheek, drips off the peak of my chin. But my breathing remains composed, my heart rate staying pretty steady too. Is it because I've made up my mind to do this? Or am I just used to all this now? Even I'm not sure which is true. I leave the apartment and take a deep breath of fresh air. Tonight, I'm going to put an end to this. I arrive at Kishiyoji Station and make my way over to the Black Rabbit. The lights are on inside. Is Aunt Natsumi still there? As far as my nerve system is concerned, I feel like 50-50 on a daily basis. I wonder if it has anything to do with maybe your lungs? As in, like, maybe you have, like, less oxygen going through? Because that could probably affect your nervous system if you're not getting oxygen through properly. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. I'm not a doctor at all. Hey, Kujima. I let myself in. My throat's feeling a little better thanks to the moonlight. I walk in and find Rose in good spirits. Aunt Natsumi is nowhere to be seen. Hey, babe. No. possibility. I don't know, but I read that what's happening affects the outside of the brain and the spinal cord. Yeah, but the brain and the spinal cord definitely affects your nerves and like the feedback. But it's good that you're not like letting it just sit. I will commend you. Lots of people would let it just like sit and not do anything about it and let it get worse. So I am glad that you're getting it tested. Did you break into the place again? Alcohol is a solid that feels like swearing. You could even say it's a life event. You'll understand when you become a so you're both here already. Pour me a glass too. I'll take some of your top shelf bourbon. On the rocks, please. No. Oh, do you ever get tired of being so surly? You should practice smiling in front of a mirror. A pretty good diet and really eat sweets. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with that. I mean, if it was a worry for diabetes, then I can understand. That's true. I saw your previous post. You mentioned a little bit about diabetes, but even with that, there is also the hereditary type of diabetes that you can't control, no matter what. Or there could be some other reason that you're no longer able to process insulin properly. So there is that too. Diet is more so, I don't remember which one, but diet is the one that affects a certain one, where it's like, obviously if you're out of control and you're super morbidly obese, then you're more likely to get. But even people who are of normal weight can get it. If you know your family history, that'll be a little bit easier to figure out if you have a family history of, let's see, your post go by still. It's like my nervous system is alive but nobody's home. I understand that. Is it feeling like when you accidentally sleep on your limb and then you wake up to it like, and you feel like you can't move your arm whatsoever? But then after a while you're able to move it after trying really hard? Yeah, it could be unfortunately like a number of things, but it would be good to keep track of your symptoms. Maybe have like a bit of a diary of like what you're doing when you feel this sensation, how you're able to get back, feel sensation once again, how long it takes for that sensation to happen or to not happen, what were you doing prior to it, what time of day. I know it's a lot to keep track, but if it, you know, that information could be very useful to a doctor, possibly. Other than like getting blood tests and getting scans. Ugh. My lives are on the line again. Indulging in a good drink when facing that situation is to be expected. So come on, don't keep your customer waiting. This is going on your tab. I've helped out Natsumi at the bar before, so I know what to do. I go behind the counter and pull a bottle from the back. I put some ice into a rocks glass and pour the dark amber liquid in and burn the smell off. Vaughn impatiently snatches the glass from me and pounds down. Damn! Not even a fucking thank you, or not even to let me put it in front of you on the counter. Phew, that'll put hair on your chest. So Kijima, did you get us some info about Minoku? More or less. I filled him in on everything on Natsumi told me about the Nyakumo Minoku last night. I see. It definitely looks like that cruel hobby of his definitely made its way into this world. But I'm finding it hard to believe that he paid abducting and kill young girls just for his rights. I tried following the thread of those previous abductions. Over the past few decades, 4 girls went missing near the Minoku residence. Half a year ago, a middle school girl named Tsubasa Aoi vanished. She was on her way back from ballet class. It's like always vibrating. Sometimes it'll be faint, other times it'll be stronger. So I have been keeping track of that. And haven't noticed any new symptoms. Just feels like I'm able and disabled at the same time. The way that sounds, it sounds a little bit more like there's either a disconnect or neurological. It doesn't sound like it would be from like a sickness, because with diabetes at least, like it's usually you lose sensation, I believe. I only know from reference one friend where right before she got her diagnosis of diabetes, she lost her vision temporarily. That was scary. But if that's the case, though, you know, just in case, do be careful about getting wounded. You know, if you do, make sure to take care of it, even if you don't feel it. And also, if you do end up getting hurt, do see if how the bleeding is, if you're able to clot. She was on her way back from ballet class. She was a pretty girl who people had expected to become a prima donna in the future. On her way back from ballet class. That means, yeah. The recording on the T-tape is a news clip about Tsubasa Aoi's abduction. He had to struggle to wake up every day. I'm able to sleep fine. Well, at least, you know, sleep is very healing, so that's good. I hope that you have support, though, helping you during this time. We also found a ballet flyer in the mansion. Could that have been... Yeah. Tsubasa Aoi was slated to perform in this show advertising on that flyer. I think she was the star of the second act. Second act of this. Yeah. Tsubasa Aoi was going to play the part of the princess who gets turned into a duck. She was apparently really excited for it and put her heart and soul into practicing. Mr. Q. She went to the ballet classroom every day and danced barefoot until sunset. And then she went missing just before the show. She was so eagerly waiting for the film. What a soul-crushing day. I'm sure that was devastating for her. Okay, now for the rest. 10 years before that, a girl named Sachi Kirishima disappeared. Yeah, lots of my friends and family members been supporting me, and I've been remaining positive. That's good. Hopefully it's just a temporary thing. And if it's not, then hopefully they find ways that you're able to either reverse or maintain. Well, hopefully not maintain, but not make it worse. But best case scenario, it's just a temporary thing. Then, 20 years ago, it was I, Misha. And the last one was 30 years ago, Manabe. You don't have any more info on those 3? Unfortunately, I couldn't fully investigate them. They're pretty old cases after all. All I know is that they were all kids who were in their early teens. Tsubasa Aoi was the only middle schooler, but the other 3 were all elementary school. The first letters of their names match the tapes. T-S-A-H. The piece pieces are all starting to fit together. I think we can safely assume that Yakumo Munoku abducted all those girls. Once every 10 years, a young girl around the same age was kidnapped by a children's home. Almost like some kind of ritual. It really piques one's curiosity. Munoku must have had some nerve. He kept kidnapping girls right by his house. No one ever put two and two together. But besides what I'm going through, I've been just doing things to keep me happy and talking to people to comfort me. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad that other than those concerns, everything else is well. That's really the only way that you can handle such situations. That and making sure to have healthy habits and stuff. I say it's the opposite actually for him. His neighborhood was the safest place to do. Didn't your mother tell you? Most of Madoka's relatives are famous. Some of them are on the Sinja Board Council. Someone works somewhere in the government. 10 p.m. time? Thank you. Yeah, after this, we're gonna call it night. They probably kept all heat off of Madoka just to make sure they didn't get any blowback. If people suspected a relative of theirs was a criminal, they could lose their position. And such is a disgusting state of the world. People really are the worst monsters of all. For me, scumbags like that are great business opportunities. Enough of that, though. Time to get to the mansion and put an end to this. Yeah. I'm expecting you two to earn that free drink you just had. Yeah, I'm planning on it, kid. I leave the Black Rabbit with 2 tipsy adults in tow. Are we sure we want them tipsy to do this? They'll probably sober up by the time we get to the Muroku residence. I walk alone down a path I'm already far too familiar with. Just before I'm inside of the Muroku residence, that horrifying presence appears once again. Oh no. More story? My voice? I thought it was Kakia coming. Countless mouths surface and begin brutally laughing. It's time. It's almost the finale of the tale. The birdie becomes the crane, repays the man. Tonkarai, Tonkarai, from beyond the door. I also do exercise to try to relieve what I'm feeling, to keep my body moving, so I'm not letting my nervous system just have its way. Yeah, that's true too. It's not that. It's that its way. I'm not gonna do anything until I get it fixed. Yeah. However, I don't feel too bent out of shape. I figured to come right about now. Hey, you're here. What is it? You don't look too good. Did something happen on the way here? You could say so. Well, that damn curse showed up. That time limit you were talking about. A mouse that only you can see appear bright. Sounds crazy to me, but... a spiritual phenomenon that only the affected person can perceive are quite common. Besides, Kichi has his blood retreat, remember? It's not unusual that he would see quite a few things that others can't. It's supposed to be a death curse, but you don't look too phased. Well, this is the 3rd time it's happened. I think I'm kind of getting used to it. Getting used to it? Seriously? Man! I guess our protagonist in the first game was a puss. You really are an interesting child. I've seen many cursed people. I've never seen anyone as dauntless as you. I guess Rose's not the only one here who's fearless. Can't keep up with you, chicken cheese. Well, just don't bust a hip. In any case, I don't have much time. This will be settled before sunrise. Either way, I see. Because it is the third day out. Definitely getting closer to the truth. And it all comes down to our main issue. Rosie looks up like a woman. Is the fact that we haven't gotten there. We'll get there, no matter what. Come on, let's start. Alright. I think we need Bond for this, so. Alright. Rosie, you be on the lookout.
問題ない
No problem. Leave it to me. Then I'll see you later. Alright, let's go. Alright, and we're gonna save. And I'm gonna have to call it that, but thank you everybody for joining. So many people dropped by. I really appreciate it. Keep you updated on everything. Yes, please do. I hope that it's just a temporary thing. I hope that you're able to get everything through. And even though you're pretty certain that it is cancer free, I will, wish you luck and pray that your the nodule in your lung is nothing to worry about. And please do keep me updated, but don't feel like obligated if you're tired or if you need time to rest or something like that. I'm glad that you're okay. And whenever you're ready, please or you want to, please feel free to drop by. I'm still keeping the same schedule, though now I no longer stream on Mondays. I do my best to stream Tuesdays to Fridays, just because I feel like I'm more consistent that way. I tend to want the first day of the week, getting back to work. I tend to be tired, so. But it is good to hear from you. I'm glad that you're doing mostly well. I do hope that everything gets resolved very quickly. And thank you, Ronan. Thank you, Devils. And also thank you to my good friend, Purity, who had dropped by earlier today. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and see who we could raid. I remember Ronan said that Blaze was on, so we'll go ahead. And check out Blaze. Yes, they're playing Pokemon. So we'll go ahead and start the raid there. But yeah, I hope that everybody will have a good evening. And yeah. I can't believe it's Thursday. It feels a little bit earlier in the week, but yeah. This month has gone by so quickly. The last 2 months have gone by really quickly. So, oh yeah, this Friday is tomorrow's gonna be Mom's birthday. My mom's birthday. So, I'll do my best to be cheerful, But yeah, those kind of days are always hard. But with that, we're ready to raid. Thank you everybody for joining me. I really appreciate it. I think tomorrow, because we're right at like the finale of it, I'm going to continue playing this. So I think that is what we were playing. Especially with Crytek's Core, all we're doing is like grinding out all the missions until I can finally get 100% and then do the final. But yeah, it looks like Sabrina is wanting me to go to bed. So good night and take care everybody, and as always, be good raiders, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.